So today on Project Shop, we're finally going to get on this massive pile of transformers we got sitting on the table. There's some nice nuggets in here. A lot of these right here are all double copper. There's going to be some aluminum copper ones in here. I'm pretty sure we already sorted out any one that was double aluminum. So we're going to get right on this. I'm going to put a time lapse on, just blow through a lot of this real quick and get back in the groove of things. Usually it takes a good 10 minutes to get in a good groove where you're just blowing through like 3, 4, 5 a minute. So I got a drum over here. We have a little bit of copper in there. We're gonna have a tear weight on this. 107 pounds. So we know how much copper we have. And we're gonna try to get this done quick so we can get down to Miami and get paid. We have this other drum here. This is that Miami stuff. We have them 2 large transformers out there. Hoping to bring them in here as soon as we're done, cut them, and then have a nice little copper load. I think we'll fill this out. Hopefully we'll have somewhere around 800 pounds of copper when we're done. All right, we're moving right along. Got a nice chunk of copper in here. Unfortunately, got some aluminum. These things here, these are from those white lights we just did recently. They're double copper and they're coming apart easy, even though they have this thing on here. That was a nice little bonus there from that job. Most of those, I'd say probably 80% of those transformers were copper. So I'm going to show you how fast this is going. I did have a leak in the hydraulics, but I keep the seals pretty much in stock, so it wasn't a big deal. I did notice a new crack on the press right here. That might have just happened too. I got this thing jammed in there. Now when these plates are on here, the machine really doesn't care. You just got to offset it a little bit to account for the extra space. So basically just a half a turn back. We're good to go. We should be able to do 3 to 5 a minute. As you can see, those ones there pretty much just fell apart. They were nice. Yeah. But sometimes you get some that make you struggle. Now, I need to tighten the machine up about half a turn. I used to have big wheels out here. It was so much nicer. Then you run into crap like that, and that actually bent, kind of delaminated that, and it's half aluminum. Huh? I'm talking to the camera. Oh. We got a problem. This base is cracked. That's probably why those things were knocking off. Well, we're almost done. Maybe we can get these to crack. What I'll do is I'll give them a little assistance. These old ones might not even need assistance. All right. Well, I got to mount that camera to the ceiling because it vibrates around and then gets out of scene. We blew through that. Probably took us an hour and a half. Took a lot longer because of these ones with the paper. But we got a nice chunk in there. What's happening here? So what's happening here is that thing being in there is causing all kinds of wonkiness. Not letting the machine push it out straight. That one actually had a couple things going for it. One, it got crushed in there where it bent that over and created this bulge right here. And two, it did the same thing down here and bent these over. And you got to know what to look for, otherwise it's just gonna fight you. All right, man, we got 3/4 of a barrel here. Got some nice weight in there. I'm gonna go pull these transformers in real quick. These here need to be cut. They are double copper, so they're worth it, but they have the lock, so they need to be ground. Then they can go to the second press and we can get a nice little chunk out of it. I'm gonna take a break, get hydrated. I'm gonna move right on to these other transformers. Too bad they weren't all copper. We would have had a full drum. This one's 788 pounds, and this is the one that's got the extra block, so I'm curious to see what the steel to copper ratio is going to be. So I'm going to lay this down over here, and then I'm going to cut from this side and push the coils out. Those blocks should free right up. Okay, that grinder, the 9-inch grinder or 7-inch grinder with the aluminum copper carbide cut-in blade, absolutely mowed through that stuff, man. I was cutting here, Steve was all the way in the back of the shop, and he said he was getting hit with bits of copper. We originally started out with 332 pound tare weight. We're at 520. So that was 190 pounds of copper we just recovered in like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna get set right up on this next one. I don't know, we're not gonna be able to fit that copper in that drum. We might be able to get it in this drum. That's gonna be a heavy drum there. That's got to be, I'm gonna say 500 to 600 pounds. Probably closer to 600. There's some heavy nuggets in there. Okay, this is the last one. Now, the other one I was able to grab onto some coils. This one doesn't. I'm gonna attempt to pick it up with my magnet lifter. All right, go down. See if we can at least get a tear weight on this thing. Where's my turn it on? No, I haven't turned it on yet. Okay, it's either going to lift it or not. This thing likes plates. And we're out a little bit fast, so just be careful. Watch that thing don't teeter. Woo! This one's heavier than the other one. Oh, 803. Yeah, go lay it down like that, right there. Big boy. All right. I'm gonna get geared up. Get this off of here. All right, just as a disclaimer, I'd like to say I absolutely do not recommend anybody use a grinder with that type of blade. I'm not that bright. Oh, look at that. drum back there. I gotta know how much that other copper weighs. Man, that saw's no joke.
I know.
I got my arm pumped up right now. I had a death grip on that thing.
Yeah.
The only problem, there was a couple loose plates, and that blade kept snagging it.
Yeah.
It makes it real dangerous.
This stuff here is everywhere.
Woo! Hey,
Hey.
can you handle this?
Yeah. Where are we going?
Moving up this way.
We're going where?
This way.
Oh.
Now it's time for my favorite part, the extraction. Oh yeah. Tell me we're gonna get all this in one shot. Look at this. Oh, I love this thing. Pushing it all out. Ha ha! Dang! Oh yeah! Oh, that's heavy, man. About crushed my foot. Oh, the spreader jaw for the win. Man, that's what I'm talking about. These are some huge nuggets, man. Woo! All right. We want to leave these mostly intact.
Yeah.
Let's not, the more we open them up, the more shit's gonna fall off them.
Yeah.
We just need to cut these wires. All right. All right. Let's get our drum with the scale. Might need a pair of Dyson keys. A couple little wires holding it.
with this?
Yep. Let's see if I can't. I don't know if I can pick that up with one hand. Here, you hold this. Let me get that. Okay, what was that, 540? Huh. Hold on a second. Hold that. Yeah, 540.
Hang another one on the other side.
I will, I just want to see how much one weighed. 618.
70, almost 80 pounds.
Almost 8, well, they would have been 80 pounds with the rest of it.
Yeah.
So we had 490, so there was 50 pounds divided by 3, which would have been the ends.
Let's take that up, yeah.
Oh, no, man. More money.
Okay.
692. Woo! Yeah. All right.
Where's that?
780 pounds. Did I tear that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't tear it. So minus 30,
540.
we have 700. There's probably, we're like half a pound off, man. Hey, let's get that pound up there. There we go. Still a couple little nuggets here. 781. So that's 751. So we're gonna get this cleaned up and loaded up, and then what we'll do is a final when we're all said and done. There is some cast that needs to be added into the equation, but overall I'm thinking buying them transformers and them stators is a good deal. We just have to, the transformers was nothing. That was easy. It took me literally probably an hour to do both of those transformers, and I'm filming. The stators, I got a pretty good system down. It definitely needs to be refined, but we still made some money, even though we had a couple little hiccups with the machine. But that's, you know, growing pains. We're getting there. We'll be dialed in to where we could get those big boys in a part in a matter of, you know, less than an hour. Worth, you know, a big giant stator like that, $270 I think was in that thing. We need to be able to do that in an hour or less, you know. And then the small motors, a couple minutes. We should be able to get small motors done in like 5 minutes or less. But we'll see. We're gonna keep refining the process. So for now, I'm gonna load this up. We're gonna head to Miami and see what we get for all this copper. Oh, we gotta weigh this stuff right here. I almost forgot, we got 3/4 of a barrel right here. Okay, this is the transformer stuff. We already had 106 minus 30. So like 70 pounds in there. $599, basically 600 pounds.
Yeah.
So that's minus 70. So we did 530 pounds in about an hour and a half. Well, let's just call it 2 hours, because it took about an hour and a half to run those. maybe not even, maybe an hour.
I was cutting them
And then
down.
Steve had to cut some by hand and use the air chisel and then run it. He did that while I was cutting that other. He was basically done the same time I finished that first one, which was probably, you know, another 20-30 minutes. So not bad. That's a lot of copper in, you know, 2-hour time frame. So we're gonna get this loaded up and get on the road. Well, we made it down to Miami. Tires still looking great. Got that thing straightened out. I don't think we lost anything. He's gonna come over with some big bins, and hopefully we'll make $1 or $2. Got a huge nugget of number 2 copper. I think we're gonna have like 1,200 pounds or more or something like that. It's gonna be a nice little copper load. These nuggets are those things are super heavy. B-roll shots. I always like looking around. Look what they got, man. Copper trees. This is cool. I always wanted to make some like copper art. Looks like they use some pipe, some brass brazing stuff. Wow, I bet you that was expensive to buy when it was new. All that number 2 they just got. Look at all that copper. It's like solid blocks of copper. All this bright and shiny. It's literally like semi-loads full. Let's go mill around some of their bins. What do we got here? Nothing good, nothing good. Ooh, I like this stuff. See, this is where I come when I want to build. See? I should take all this. I got enough. These little plates. It's like a kid in a candy store over here. Dude, I love this machine here. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
Hey, man, how far did that go down? Dang. Hey, there's some wire down there. It's like 20 feet. Look, they baling all this stuff here. They drop that down and they just keep filling that hole, and then that thing comes up. It's got all these huge chains, big old chain drive. It just drags this thing up. It's cool as shit, man. I wonder if anyone's ever fallen down there. That's kind of sketchy. Thing's been here forever. Okay, here's the final breakdown on that stuff from Miami. Okay, now unfortunately our price went down 15 cents from $3.65 to $3.50, And this is exactly why I don't like sitting on copper, because within a week span, copper dropped, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, so I wanted to record all these. Now I don't have exactly which one was which, or I don't remember which one. A couple of these I might know what it is, but I just wanted to make sure that each one that I picked out, because I just looked at them like, okay, that looks like a good one, that looks like a good one, that I'm going to make money on them. Okay, so the big red stator, we made $255. I know in that other video I said $270. If I would have sold all that copper, yeah, we would have got that. But for $255 for one unit, I'm okay with that. Now, all these transformers, this one, we paid $3.95. When it was all said and done, I made $12 off of it. This one we paid $5.42. I made $8. This one we paid $6. We made $9. Now, when I say I made $9, that means I got my money back, and the $9 is the profit. We actually made like, 15, 14, so this transformer we paid $7, we made $5. They're all different ratios. The transformers really varied. This one we paid $25, we made $30, more than doubling it on most of these. This one we paid $6, we made $8. This was a close one. We paid $8. And we got $8 basically, but we did double the money. This one we paid $14, we got $32. This was the only one that was very close, and I'm not sure what this was. I wish I would have paid more attention to that. We paid $7, we made $2. We paid $7, we made $13. We paid $5, we made $9. Now there's some electric motors. We paid $44. This was the one I fought in that last video. We paid $44. We made $67. So that's not bad at all, even with all that steel. But it still didn't have the whole case, but I still think that motor would have been worth it. It had huge knots of copper. Okay, so these were the transformers in this video. This was the first one I did. It was 788 pounds. 35 cents a pound. I paid $275.80. We had 188 pounds of copper, $3.50 a pound, $658 in copper. So we got all of our money back just on the copper. 600 pounds of steel, 8 cents a pound, $48. 706 minus the 275. That transformer had $430.20 in profit, and I did that in about 30 minutes. The large one, 803, 35 cents a pound. I paid $281.05. It had 261 pounds of number 2 copper. That thing was a beast. $3.50 a pound, $913. $542 on the steel, $42.36 for $956.34 minus the $281. That was $675 in 30 minutes. Okay, those big transformers are definitely worth it. Even this one here, the smaller one that had the big steel chunks, still worth it, man. Still made $430 in 30 minutes. Both of those transformers took me an hour to process. I made $1,100. And all together, 956 and 706, those two transformers more than paid for the entire load. Now, overall, all the copper, all the steel from all that stuff, everything completely broke down. There was 751 pounds of number 2 copper, $3.50 a pound, $2,628.50. There was 2,622 pounds of prepared steel, $209.76. And there was a couple pieces of cast in there I didn't add up into this. All that stuff was worth $2,838.26 minus what I paid. That gave me a profit of $1,657.71. I more than doubled my money. So all the stators and the electric motors that I picked out was a good deal. I will be going back and getting some more. And here's the ticket for all that stuff. We had number 1 copper, 18 pounds, $3.55 a pound, $63.90. Brass auto rats, 22 pounds, $2 a pound, $44. Wow. Number 2 copper, we had 1,324 pounds. What did I say? We're gonna have about 1,200 pounds, something like that. $3.50 a pound for $4,634. Yellow brass, 23 pounds, $2.20 a pound, $50.60. Old sheet, 912 pounds, pretty much all them white lights, 60 cents a pound, $57.20. Auto batteries, 194 pounds, 0.23, $44. Now, I am going to look into that $10 a battery gift card or whatever. A couple people had mentioned. That way I can start working on my truck and my car. Number 2 wire, 37 pounds, 90 cents a pound, $33.30. Clean extrusion, 263 pounds, 85 cents a pound, $223.55. Small batteries, 9 pounds, 15 cents a pound, $1.35. Cast aluminum, 859 pounds, 61 cents a pound, $523.99. Pretty sure we had over $1,000 in just aluminum. And then ballast, 170 pounds, 14 cents a pound, $23.80 for $6,190.31. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before? Man, look at this little truck. It's amphibious. Man, that's cool as shit. Four-wheel drive. Looks like it's on a Jeep chassis or something. Wow.